Hey everyone, Rascal here.
And Mama, welcome to our podcast.
Today we're discussing the animated DC Comics movie Superman Unbound.
In this film, Superman and Supergirl take on the cybernetic Brainiac, who boasts that he possesses the knowledge and strength of 10,000 worlds. Yeah, after he destroys them.
And more like Maniac. Before we start, be sure to like, subscribe, and click the notification bell to get updates on future podcasts and World of Paws videos.
Yes.
Now this one, we actually had, there's a lot of DC animated movies that we aren't aware existing because there's just quite a bit of them. Compared to Marvel's, like DC has all the animated movies while Marvel has all the live action movies. Mm-hmm. So I guess they do much better in the animation department depending on who's in charge of a story and what story they're adapting from a comic.
Right. So this is one of those that we had failed to see, and we finally got to see it. It's from 2013, mm-hmm. and it's got pretty good ratings, 6.6 out of 10.
Right.
So it's a good story and was well received.
Right. Now it's not connected to any of the animated series that DC had. Mm-hmm. It's sort of a standalone story, probably adapting another comic arc. And for here, one of the standout things about Unbound is that Brainiac was portrayed very, very differently. Because while in Justice League and other ones, sometimes he has a physical form, sometimes he's just the intelligence form. Mm-hmm. And it's mostly, he wasn't much of a battle for strength rather than intelligence because he was calculative, he knew about the species, because his thing of once he gets all the information he needs about a planet, he blows it up, and that's pretty much his sole mission, to get everything in the universe and have all knowledge. Mm-hmm. And for in here, it was more like a battle of brains. But for here, it was more like brains and brawn. Because in this one, Brainiac was way more muscular than we've ever seen them. I'm like, he's not usually this physical. But
buff, yeah.
Right, I guess in this one, they want to have both of, like it's a battle of brain and brawn at the same time, instead of just, trying to outsmart him or shut him down.
Right. And in this one, we had Matt Bomer, who did the voice of Superman and Clark Kent, which was a different choice for the animated movie. And he did a great job. Most of the people that do Superman all have a trait where they all have that authoritative yet humble sounding voice, so he fit right in.
Right.
And the person who did Brainiac was John Noble, who we're not familiar with. Mm-hmm. But he did a great job of being maniacal.
Right, maniacal.
And threatening and just scary.
Right. And we did have a few people we did know, like Stephen Root from King of the Hill and other voice acting roles as
Zor-El, which was a shock.
Right, who was Supergirl's dad. And then we had Melissa Disney as Thera. We couldn't believe we actually heard her in here.
DJ Bader.
Right, as Steve Lombard, who is, I guess, the resident guy who just hits on everybody.
So instead of being Batman, he was that man.
Oh!
So it was pretty high stakes, action packed, very different version, animated I should say. I'm pretty sure this has probably been done quite a few times in the comics, mm-hmm. but as far as the animated form, this was different. He was unrelenting. He had no mercy.
Right.
He didn't care about anything but getting all knowledge. And he was taking worlds and cities and people and encasing them in little jars for collectibles like Kid Flash.
Yeah, it's like, what the heck?
And yeah, he would get his little sample to collect and then destroy the world.
Right. And
but he made the mistake this time of entrapping Lois Lane in that little world sample.
The only way he would have made it worse if he tried to take something from Gotham and have to deal with Batman. Now, the only way he make it worse, like, Brainiac didn't survive anything. But for here, they also had this little side story of kind of Superman choosing between, making time for Lois and making time for, saving the world, which is kind of hard when you are like one of these sole protectors of the planet and there's something trying to destroy him every other day. So it's kind of like it was one of those stories like, oh, should it be more pay attention more to the human part or the superhero part. And the same thing with Supergirl trying to find her place on Earth. Where does she fit in, or how will she fit in as Supergirl and as her civilian disguise?
Yeah, she seemed to be more of a tortured or angsty teen in this one.
Which they did.
She has been in a lot of others. She really had an attitude in this one.
Right, which they did kind of state in the movies, like, oh, it's just like a teen thing and stuff. So yeah, this was more or less furthering more into the extreme part. So, you know, at least, like I said, I don't think they've done that in Supergirl. Just the entire show of Supergirl is just angsty.
Right.
And Supergirl's not, so it just fits.
And Lois kept telling Superman that he needed to pay more attention to her.
Yeah, and we were kind of surprised there. I mean, we get, yeah, he's got to save the day a lot, but, you know, people's lives are on the line, so you kind of can excuse that of it happening. They always kind of write these stories where the superheroes got to choose between, you know, their normal life and their hero life, kind of like with Spider-Man. And they gotta make a choice to leave one and take the other and stuff. And for here, it was sort of, like, yeah, I'm like, I do understand, yeah, of course, pay attention, but like I said, lives are on the line. Your whole city almost got captured. There's aliens and stuff. You live in a world with aliens and monsters and alternate dimensions and realities, and people want to destroy the planet and stuff exists. So you kind of can let this slide so he can keep saving the world, so you keep living.
Aliens and monsters and Brainiac, so am I. And I did like the portion where Supergirl talked about her experience, and she was telling Clark that he didn't understand, and then she revealed to him how for her it had just happened and what had happened to her and how it made her feel.
Right.
And it made him more empathetic in hearing what happened with her.
Right.
And he was able to make better judgments of his actions based on having her share with him as well. That was actually a good part of this movie.
Right, because as you know, for Supergirl, they were kind of sent out at the same time when Superman was a baby and she was still a teen, but there was some sort of like time difference. So by the time she got there, he was already grown up superhero and yada yada. So the time that this movie takes place, she had just arrived on Earth a few months ago.
Exactly.
So she was still trying to get used to this, and the Supergirl thing is like, wow, you adapted to Supergirl pretty fast, didn't you?
So this was one of the better DC animated movies. And if you haven't seen it, we recommend you do. It's not very long, but again, it is action-packed. It's non-stop action, and you won't get bored. And, well, actually, it's an hour and 15 minutes.
Yeah, it's not even 90 minutes, so we want to spend that long on it.
Right, and you'll get to hear some favorites do voices, and you'll get to hear some new people you may not be familiar with also do some voices, like Alexander Gould as Jimmy Olsen, and Sharina Irwin as Allura. Not that Allura, but this Allura.
Right.
So, if you've actually seen this movie already, Superman Unbound, let us know what you think in the comments below.
And be sure to like, subscribe, and click the notification bell to get updates on future podcasts and World of Paws videos.
Yes, because Superhero Month, we will be doing more podcasts on the DC animated movies.
That is correct. So, thank you so much for watching. I'm Masculine Entertainment.
And I'm Mom Entertainment.
Have a fantastic day.
Peace.
And reporters sitting, flashing lights, trying to walk around, man, who the hell are you? What you want to do? Well, man, it's on you. Man, it's on you. With her in my dreams, she was my queen. A castle in the mountaintops, rivers and streams. Plucking sunlight from the sky in my pocket. Give it to you later on in the